Hey people, Indrid here, 3v3 Faction War. This is Cathari Ruins and Chaos Space Marines versus Eldar. The Blue Chaos team. Lowi is a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and control, alongside Katla's Plague Champion. Where is he? There he is. Starts off with a damage over time bolt gun, can get melee weapons, some strong utility and support, can also repair. And rounding off the team, dice rolls, Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero, walking through objects that cannot be suppressed, with powerful offense and disruption, fighting in melee. We've got triple Iron Warriors elite scheme here, so I'm going to get very confused about whose units are who, which typically never happens. Red Eldar, Mostafa's Farseer, a support hero fighting in melee with some powerful buffs and control. Exarch's elite scheme. Sin Harvester alongside with the Warp Spider Exarch, a teleporting hero fighting in ranged combat by default, great for capping and harassing, some powerful control, grabs the mid VP there. Also Exarch's elite scheme, and rounding off the teams, Grimm with a Warlock, a melee spellcaster, leaping into combat, some powerful disruption and support. The same Han elite scheme here, recolored blue and red and gold, looking pretty dapper. Chaos taking back the mid, and a big old fight in the northeast. Farseer getting way too close to too much stuff. That would have been a nasty doom bolts on those banshees. Full retreat for Mostafa into some rangers here. Sin Harvester double guardians into banshees. Grimm with triple guardians into banshees. Lowi went double heretics into CSM, gave him that strong start there to mob the Farseer. Teleporting Warp Spider explodes a bunch of heretics. They try to take cover, it's not going to work out for them. And banshees with their power weapons threaten the CSM and force them off. Decent start for Eldar in the mid and the southwest. No natural VPs on this map, all contested. Typically makes the games fast and frenetic, which might suit the Eldar. They typically do well early on in faction wars, but do tend to fade a bit as the game goes on into tier 3, where they don't have the durability of some of the other factions. That was a nice doom bolts into double guardians there from Lowi. Have the Sword of Flame as well, damage over time melee, and the coruscating flame, there it is, on the heretics fighting the banshees. A doom blast goes in. Now the sorcerer joins in. Heretics are wiped, but can the banshees get away? That's a nice special. I think they're gonna be all right. Sorcerer can't teleport or anything at the moment. Mostafa with double rangers. Here's the first one getting shots in on the sorcerer, who commits to a fight with the Warp Spider. Gets him out of there, not too bad. They should be able to defend their power though. Katla's Plague Champion is hanging out and shooting stuff, just decap this wreck point, I guess. And here's some aspiring champion heretics for Katla. Farseer must flee. Think she's alright. No Eternal War for these guys. The other heretics are default. What about more heretics around? All the others are default heretics. Here's the second ranger squad. Sniper infantry with some good utility and support can infiltrate themselves and allies and disrupt from very long range, which sets up a bunch of Eldar plays, grenades, or just banshees running in. There you just saw a kinetic pulse from these guys. They have their Pathfinder gear. Gives them fleet of foot, hollow field, and kinetic pulse. Also gives them more damage to their rifles. It's a pretty good upgrade. Guardians here with battle equipment for Sin Harvester, 2 of them. Could get some nasty retreat grenades and stuff. CSM getting chopped up. Can they get away without a model loss? These guys have Eternal War for Lowi. Double CSM here for the Sorcerer, actually. Doom bolts. That is so nasty. So nasty. Rangers get caught in melee by heretics. A good way to counter double rangers is just to flood them with melee heretics. I mean, they'll kill a couple as they approach, maybe disrupt them, but the heretics will get on them unless there's more stuff around to support the rangers. Conversely, having the rangers there, down goes the Plague Champion, can make your chaos opponent commit to heretic charges that you can then take advantage of with grenades and such, like that one. That was pretty spiteful. As soon as the Plague Champion gets up, he gets a grenade to the face, but he survives. The rangers trying to disrupt the revive there, I think, but they did it a little bit too late. Banshees with aspect of fleetness for Mostafa, and that was a Spirit Stone's heal. War Shout and power melee chops. Spirit Stone's up for the Farseer. Spiritual Rights is the name of the ability. She's going to be alright, I think. I don't think they can get another melee attack. They can get onto the Rangers though, they're right here. But do they dare? Banshee's waiting for them to make a mistake and retreat badly. Katla Doom blasts to try and get away. And does. Doom Blast was to suppress the Banshees so they couldn't chase there. And CSM pick up the slack, taking sniper shots though. Guardians meanwhile taking the northeast. Center is blue for Chaos, southwest is being capped by Heretics, and on the power is Dice Roll with a Combi Flamer doing some work. Looks like they bashed one gen at least that's been rebuilt there. And get away. Was it worth it? Is it worth it to push on a power to get one gen down in a 3v3 and then get hit back like this? It's hard to quantify. Chaos Raptors on the field for Dice Roll, jumping around. Oh, they're just going to retreat. Didn't want to deal with all this. If they jumped in, they could have ate grenades and stuff, I guess. Little bit on Nurgle Worship up the northeast for Katla. Heretics being sniped. Double Eternal War CSM for Lowi. They will be able to shoot down Rangers pretty quick if they can get to them. Doom Bolts on the Banshees approaching. That was a Spirit Stone Seal. They got in really well on the CSM. Kept them in there a bit too long, did Lowi. That's a good special though. Where's the Coruscating Flame? Oh, doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Maybe it was already used on something. Here comes some more Heretics. Farseer again is sent packing. Those CSM somehow didn't drop a model. Kinetic Pulse. You'd expect to be used earlier on that big fight there, but was used to mess with the Sorcerer. Tier 2s. Katla's already there. Lowi goes, and then Sin Harvester. Sin Harvester did get some Rangers of their own. Here they are. I'm pretty sure sniper rifles have perfect accuracy against everything. In every scenario, even if they're behind cover and stuff. 388 to 433. Wonder if that's still the case for small and tiny entities. Raptors jumping into a whole lot of trouble. They need some backup quickly. Maybe that jump was a bit too soon, you know. Could have approached a bit more, maybe. They needed to get onto the Shuriken, I suppose. Noise Marines here doing some work with a Sonic Blaster. Good area of effect damage. Also shuts down ranged attacks, so really bad for Guardians. They can't throw their grenades and stuff. There's a grenade though. On the Havocs, it's a good hit. Something wiped out. Guardians wiped out there. Banshees are still in play actually. Now eating some fire at the feet of the Chaos Lord. Grenade flies in. Destructor flies in. What a fight. Heretics, I think, maybe. Will it be okay? Guardians are shooting them up on retreat though. They made it out. They made it out. Does the Warlock have any war gear? Has the channeling runes? I'm sure it was used there. I didn't even notice. That's probably how the Banshee stayed in the fight for so long. Speaking of Banshees, they found a Plague Champion. Chopping them up. These ladies with the aspect of fleetness for Harvester. Fleetness for all three, actually. It's kind of surprising. Blood Crusher could do some really good work. Don't see any, though. Do have a Chaos Dreadnought for Katla. Starts off with an autocannon and a mean-looking claw underslung heavy bolter as well, which can do some work for you. Kill the weak and run. These guys can't really threaten a Dreadnought, but it is always risky to have it out there alone. You never know when an anti-vehicle squad will show up. Banshees want to fight it, apparently. Just to tie up the weapon, but they're going to take melee attacks, which aren't going to do great for them. Grenades going in. Heretics backing off. Just getting exploded by the autocannon. And the Warp Spider Exarch. Oh, goes for the Power Blades. This Dreadnought will not have melee resistance, so the Warp Spider gets in there. It's not going to be an easy fight, though. CSM showing up for Katla. Going to get on that central VP. Up to the northeast. Got some Markov Zinch CSM for Lowi. In fact, double the Markov Zinch CSM. Typically, I don't think this is a great idea. If you've only got double CSM and Heretics, you shouldn't be that laser focused on upgrading your CSM once you get to tier 2. I think you need another body. You need some kind of an impact unit out if you can in tier 2. Or, you know, an anti-vehicle unit or something if you need one. Didn't get the impact unit, just upgraded their squads, and their Sorcerer falls over. And the northeast VP stays red. Back to the southwest though. Distortion field on those Howling Banshees. Blastmaster Noise Marines in play. Getting a really good shot, wiping out those Guardians. That was actually a bit strange. They seem to have survived the shot and then died in the air, a couple of them. Maybe there was some bolt pistol shots from those raptors or something. Chaos Lord just hanging back and shooting with the combi flamer. Can't be suppressed. Oh, but can be shot to pieces. We got some Wraith Guard on the field for Sin Harvester. Fire Dragons as well back at base. And Warp Spiders for Grimm. Eldar coming out swinging with tier 2 units, bringing some good ranged DPS and utility. They got the Haywire Grenade ready. Fire Dragons, good damage to all targets as well when they hit the field. And Sin Harvester can buff them very well using the Crack Shot Global from the Warp Spider. Dreadnought's got some repairs, comes to the mid, and here are Chosen Plague Marines for Katla. Unique to the Plague Champion. Power melee Plague Knives that do damage over time. They can also cast Nurgle's Rot to get some zombies out of kills. And these days, of course, have that passive damage to nearby enemies, which is really cool. Awesome change for them. Plague Champion has the Armor of Pestilence. Big fight in the mid. Wraith Guard able to get some really good shots in, and Fire Dragons finish off those heretics. But do they get away? I think they do. Raptors jumping in on the Wraith Guard. Wraith Guard's big weakness is melee. Raptors with their aspiring champion there. That big, very impressive looking demon maul they have. That's a good push from Chaos. Warp Spider's hanging out, but he's going to have to leave. Chaos retain the mid. Can they kill the Warp Spider, those Raptors? Go on, fellas. No, they could not. We have a Blood Crusher from Dice Roll and another Dreadnought for Lowi. Most likely, yep, already has Mark of Khorne. Sorcerer can support this guy really well using the Warp Global to get him out of trouble. Look at this. Fully populated power in the northeast for the Eldar. Speaking of power, though, Chaos are bashing this, so it's a good thing they have it up there. Mostafa's done a great job in the northeast, I think. Getting that power. Can they hold it, though? Now they have a Dreadnought to deal with, and they have nothing to deal with it. Basically at all. Snipers can't touch vehicles, that's for sure. Got a lot of resources, Mostafa. Looking for a quick tier 3 here, it seems like. Maybe a Fire Prism. Speaking of Eldar vehicles, here's a Falcon for Grimm. Got some good weaponry, this thing. Very expensive, though, at 95 power. Also allows you to reinforce allied infantry around it, or jump inside for a ride. Plague Fist up for the Plague Champion. Do they have the... No, they don't have Icon of Nurgle. They have the Mucus Discharge instead for the heal. More Fire Dragons on the way this time for Mostafa to deal with the Dreadnought of Lowi. Is it going to be enough, though? They have Gravity Blade and Rune Armor. They can throw Guide on them, I suppose. But there's no Doom or anything for the Dreadnought. Eldar's power got bashed pretty hard. Good thing they have this. And a Webway up here as well. Looks like Guardians are just hanging out, keeping an eye on the power, maybe. Here comes the Sorcerer with a Dreadnought. Not much the Guardians can do about this. Sorcerer also has the Robes of Torment. Eldar are taking the southwest. 176 to 328. Quite a big VP lead for the Eldar, especially on a map like this where you can get triples. Wraith Guard trying to go for the mid. They have their Spirit Seer Warlock fella. Wow, really couldn't suppress those Chosen Plague Marines there, eh? Oh, the Warlock fella falls over dead. Why did I mention him? The Curse of Indrid strikes again. Warp Spider teleports in for some melee. Chosen Plague Marines passively reduce the speed of nearby enemies, which is those red debuff circles you'll see. And then there's the Nurgle's Rot. Didn't get any zombies out of it, though. You don't get a zombie hero. Cheeky grenade misses. Chosen Plague Marines soaked up so much damage there. Didn't drop a model. Awesome. This is Dice Roll reinforcing the mid. It's got some Blast Master Noise Marines. They're moving really far up. Seems to be some fighting in the northeast as well, but they stay here for now. Guardians can't stand and trade there, for sure. Can they kill some Chosen Plague Marine models, though? Why are the Banshees going after them? I guess they do have channeling runes going on. The channeling heal is really powerful, but we're still getting zombie Banshees there. Should have tried to maybe back off a bit, wait for the Chosen Plague Marines to commit somewhere else, and then you can get the Banshees onto these Chaos Space Marines here. That would have been a much better use of them, I think. Wraith Lord on the way for Grimm. Tier 3 for Dice Roll, but they're the only player there. Lowi's Dreadnought did take some damage, but remains standing. The Sorcerer went down, though. Back down to the southwest. Power's been completely decapped, thanks to the Pestilent Strike from the Plague Champion. There's a friendly barrage, suppressing some stuff back there. This is a level 2 Chaos Dreadnought now for Katla. And a Marco Zinch Dreadnought will really mess up a Fire Prism. Last Master gets a shot, which misses, and then backs away. Tier 3s all around, aside from Grimm. Got that late Wraith Lord up. They're going to be in Tier 2 for a while now. Almost a full pop army for Grimm. What is this? Oh, Webway. Infiltrating off the Webway. That's what the Farseer Webways can do. And she has the Doombringer, I think. Yeah, Doombringer's up to help get rid of that Dreadnought. CSM are very quickly chased off, and the Dreadnought leaves without any support. Fire Dragons with their Dragon Scale armor. Guide is on them, and there's Doom on the Dreadnought. Can they get it done? Nothing much else here to help out. Our Banshees are here, and they do get it done. Pretty damn effective little combo. Fire Dragons with the Doombringer on a Farseer. There's channeling again from the Warlock, helping out the Banshees. That's Touch of Nurgle Heretics, though. Global ability of the Plague Champion, terrifying for any melee unit that's around. Causes a friendly unit to explode on death, dealing damage, knocking back, and healing allies. It didn't wipe out the squad, though. You can only put it on Chaos units, I believe. 176 to 115. Oh, there's levitation. Got some zombie Banshees. Are they going to wipe? They're down to... Oh, they're down to... Oh, they're reinforcing off the Falcon. They're going to be fine. But there's Chains of Torment. There's a Central Mass. Central Mass is there, so you can shoot this Central Mass and get rid of the chains, but not always easy to do. It does fade over time by itself. Falcon doing a lot of good work here, supporting the Banshees, I feel like. They're jumping inside of it now. And driving away. Wraith Lord of Grimm is up, all the way up on this northern power. Doesn't seem like they're going to be able to bash it, though. Need AV, says Lowi, because of the Falcon and the Wraith Lord, I guess. Yeah, Chaos got hit kind of hard there. Dice roll with a Great Unclean One. We might see some tanks, though, start rolling out for Chaos. Speaking of Chaos, dice rolls moving up and capping up the south of the map. Last Master Noisebring trying to look for a good place. They're going to get Rangered in a minute, though, I think, maybe. Rangers aren't shooting these fellas. Decapping this natural wreck point here. Oh, they're shooting at the Noise Marines, but they get caught. Raptors kind of waste their jump there, but they weren't to know they were going to retreat, I guess. Eldar now flooding the mid, trying to get back some map authority in the mid. Chaos Lord is capping, is he? No, it's the Heretics that are capping. Chaos Lord should be out there. Plague Champion got wrecked really quick. Here is a Great Unclean One. Super unit for Chaos. Passively damages nearby enemies and has some nasty abilities, not to mention powerful melee combatant, of course, with huge buckets of hit points. Some Nurgle Vomit. Hit a Warp Spider or two, I think. Chaos standing firm in the mid for now. Big Spirit Stone Seal back there. Looks like we've got some Seer Council on the field. They'll do a lot of damage to a Great Unclean One with their power melee, but they'll also take a lot of damage. There's that Cloud of Flies. They're trying to avoid the Great Unclean One for now, I think. Fire Dragons will be a great tool to use, as well as the Doom, of course. There it is. Doom is up on the Great Unclean One. Can they get on it? Banshees going in. Seer Council going in. And, of course, the Fire Dragons doing their thing. Their Melter weapons will be doing bonus damage versus the Great Unclean One. Where's Guide, though? I didn't see Guide go up. Maybe it has, and I just missed it. Not sure, though. There's a Haywire Grenade as well on the Great Unclean One. They did some good damage to him, but couldn't sustain themselves in play for quite long enough. Here comes a Wraith Lord to have a go at it. Shoulder-mounted Bright Lance helping. Imperial Abyss on the central VP. Ouch! Stops the cap, almost wipes out those Guardians, and the Falcon's in a bit of trouble here. Another nuke, Ezechian Imperial Abyss. awesome fight in the mid. That's from the Sorcerer player Lowi, and the Chosen Plague Marines getting wrecked. Eldritch Storm, which completely misses everything, it seems, aside from some walls over there. Not sure what the deal with that was. Desperation, maybe. Eldar are down to 18 VPs at the moment. They had a big VP lead a while ago. And they seem to have a good push in the north. Maybe that push just took too much out of them. Banshee trying to finish off the Great Unclean One. Doom is up on it. I think they're going to get him down. There we go. Need to get away from it though. It's going to explode and do tons of damage. Plague Marine shooting at the Wraith Lord. Can it get away? I think it's going to get away. More shooting at the Wraith Lord. Seer Counts are now tying up the Plague Marines. And Eldar do have them in. They have a double cap. Autarch dropping in. This is Grimm's Autarch. Full armies for the Eldar players. Putting up a hell of a fight here, that's for sure. We got Seer Counts for both Mostafa and Sin Harvester. And they'll do a lot of work in these big team fights, I think. They soak up damage surprisingly well with their 500 hit points per model and that passive damage resistance already thing they have. 109 to 18 on the VPs. Fire Prison for Mostafa. That could be huge to knock things off caps. Chaos take the northeast for a 2-1. Eldar need to focus on these two bottom-most VPs, I think. They can't... Well, maybe with the webway they can get a sneaky capper up there, you know. And if anyone can do it, it's the Eldar. Look at these points behind them that are blue, though, for Chaos. They're not taking them back. I guess they can't afford to right now. They got to be hyper-focused on VPs. We got some tanks in. Mark of Khorne and Mark of Nurgle Chaos Predators. 83 to 18. Katla going full on Nurgle again today. The Chosen Plague Marines and Mark of Nurgle tank. There's down one tank. Thanks to the Wraith Guard. Is that a lone Chosen Plague Marine? What's going on here? He just exploded. Not sure where the other ones are. Oh, they're back here. They were really spread out. Katla's down to 3 units. Lowi is floating resources like absolutely crazy here. What are you up to, buddy? You need to purchase something. Sometimes you get hyper focused on the game and you forget to buy stuff. Triple cap here for Eldar. Desperately trying to decap the mid are Chaos. I think Eldar have this. They might be able to cap one, but I don't think they can cap two, the Chaos fellas. Eldar hitting back hard. And what an awesome finish. Eldar players did a really great job preserving their units here. They really didn't lose that much. Grimm did drop their Banshees and a couple of Guardians, I think. But they always had the means to recover and keep their army full and keep the numbers up. Lowi really should have got some units on the field at the end there. They took their eyes off their resources and stuff. I think level 4 Sorcerer, level 4 Plague Champion down at the end. And level 4 Chaos Lord down at the end. Very close to Eldar base actually. What's he up to? Level 6 Farseer here for Mostafa. Sin Harvester's Warp Spider level 3. With the group teleport. Didn't actually see it used, but maybe it was. And a level 4 Warlock. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Big thanks to these players for taking part in a faction war, for Katla running the lobbies. And I'll see you guys next time.